Thank you, Chair. Commissioner Fink. Something came to my attention after our board workshop, and I think that it is certainly something that deserves the attention of this board. It seems as though someone who was attending the board workshop on behalf of themselves or whoever took the liberty to take a tape and edit that tape and forward it on to the tribal chairs from St. Louis County. And again, this edited tape caused a great deal of consternation on the part of at least one tribal chair as he addressed it with myself. And I really have to ask this question because we do, as a board, tape these meetings for the public, for the benefit of the public. And the entire discussion that we had as it related to property involving the two tribal communities, the result of that entire conversation was that we would then engage those tribal communities in discussions. But prior to this board being able to do that, this individual or this group, which I would once again ask if they have a membership, because every time they come up in front of, someone comes up in front of me and says they represent someone, I always ask, who do you represent? If you represent yourself, that's great, because every citizen has the right to be here. But this group, the attempt made by this group, and I have since taken action to correct this in getting this tribal chair the full and complete tape of the county board workshop so that they may judge for themselves the work that took place, and that indeed this board was trying to engage their community, that we would as a board look at not allowing electronic devices of any sort into our board workshops, because this group, if it indeed was the we are watching, no, in this case we are trying to disrupt a government process would be my analogy of what they did, because they certainly went out of their way to try and disrupt any relationship before we had even had the opportunity to engage in it. So these are working sessions. These are board working sessions. We will tape them. Certainly anyone can attend, take all the notes they want to. But I have to tell you that as I sat at that meeting on 4 different occasions, the camera beeped and beeped and beeped. We don't allow cell phones for that very reason. We don't allow Blackberries for that very reason, because they're disruptive to our work sessions. And I find the use of electronic devices in our work sessions unacceptable, and I would look for this board to look at that and perhaps act upon it, because we do need to have the ability to communicate prior to this very disruptive person trying to slant the story as it went on to these other governmental units. And I'm sorry, I will get you a copy of it, anyone who wants to see it. It is very disturbing how they edited that tape, because they took sentences out of context. If you only show 2 sentences out of a half of a 40-minute speech or 40-minute discussion, that's not reflective of what this board did. So as we look at that, I certainly hope we will take action on that, because I don't find this group, whomever they are, beneficial to the people of St. Louis County if that's the type of actions they're going to partake in. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Attorney Ford, could you send us a legal opinion on whether or not we can restrict electronic equipment, electronic recording devices in committee workshops?
I will. I was just bringing up the statute to see if anything pops out at me right now, but
I would prefer you to research it, please.